What's up, guys? Today I want to talk about the topic of deleting your truck, why you should, maybe why you shouldn't, and even some cost-effective options. First of all, I would say that you definitely should, and if you're leaning towards it, I would go on and do it. You're going to increase the longevity of your truck, and it's going to run better. The EPA puts these emissions components on the truck, and what it does, they squeeze out performance and longevity for a cleaner running engine. And if you've ever seen inside of a DPF, you'll be shocked that the trucks still run with these different components. You couldn't even look through a DPF. Like it's clogged with padding and filters so that it traps the soot. And I honestly don't see how these trucks could run with it. Also, the EGR recirculating soot back into the engine to be burnt off, that can't be good for your engine, if you could only imagine. So what I would say just delete it all. That's a major reason, is it hurts performance, and your engine will last a lot longer if you do. When I would say that you shouldn't delete your truck is when you have emissions testing in your state. You can still delete your truck, but you would have to put everything back on to have your truck emissions tested, because if you didn't, you would fail. So that wouldn't be good. But that's really the only downside to it, unless you wanted to just put it back on every time you went for emissions testing, which I couldn't imagine doing that. And some cost-effective options. When I first bought my truck, I put a 5-inch FlowPro on it, and I did not have an off-road tuner, so I had to go a different route, which are SIMs. SIMs plug into the exhaust sensors and allow you to basically run the delete pipe without a regen, and I think they're around $40, so they're fairly cheap. And then you'd have to buy, or if you wanted to, instead of buying a full pipe, you could just buy a delete pipe, a DPF delete pipe that just lets you delete one section. If you want to do that, that'll be the cheapest way. And for deleting the EGR, the cheapest way, the best way would be to buy the block off plates and actually delete it, which that's not very expensive. I think that's less than $150 to do that. I think the labor would cost more, but it's easy to do yourself if you're mechanically inclined or barely mechanically inclined. It's not hard to do. It took me about 2 hours to do it, so it's not a hard job. But if you want to do it the cheapest way, for a while I just unplugged mine so it's not running. That will work sometimes, but it's kind of hit or miss. Sometimes it'll throw a code and you'll get a derate in power, and other times it won't and it'll just run fine. Mine ran fine, but I just wanted to get rid of it anyways, just in case. That's pretty much it. Thanks, guys.